Apparently, I'm learning all the.
The schmoondy.
Sorry.
Stop deine Schwelle.
Hey guys, Alex Rich.
Ben Poremba.
Hey, we are excited to let you know that we have episodes of our podcast, Jews in the Lou, dropping every other week, and you're not going to want to miss. We have some great guests lined up.
Amazing. And while I have you, I want to thank the St. Louis Jewish Light for their incredible partnership and support of our podcast. St. Louis Jewish Light doing amazing work for our community, keeping us informed.
Visit stlJewishLight.org, subscribe to their newsletter. They'll keep you up to date on everything going on.
Absolutely. See you soon.
Is that it? Shemenet?
Shemenet.
Hey Siri, what's the Hebrew word for cream?
Shemenet.
Shemenet.
It really is?
I can't translate into Hebrew.
Apparently, Siri doesn't know that.
Is that Yiddish or Hebrew? Straight up Hebrew.
We have some cream and sugar when you get a chance.
What was it called?
Thank you. This is your water.
It is. You can have a sip of it if
No,
you
that's
want,
okay. Then you'd have lipstick on it.
I mean,
And
whatever.
then you'd have red lipstick.
Whatever works. What is your, if you had to choose a favorite Yiddish word, what would it be, you think?
Oh, you really want to get into this conversation? I am so down.
Oh, let's hear it.
Shmundi.
Shmundi.
Do you know what
I've
shmundi
never
is?
heard it before.
That is the woman's vagina. It's called a shmundi.
That's unexpected.
Yes.
That's unexpected. A shmundi?
My shmundi.
How would you use it in a sentence?
Stipend with your schmecker. Apparently, I'm learning all the.
The shmundi? and the
Sorry.
Stop deine Schwelle.
We've now had a volunteer.
Wow.
I poured coffee all over
You have some napkins.
Cheers.
Oh,
This was
man.
great.
This is the first one. This is the first one. Oh,
This is
my
the first
God.
one. This goes to show.
That's unreal.
This goes to show that even though we are a very exclusive club,
We are.
That's right.
Everybody can.
even when we have converts like Tamara,
Yeah.
sometimes they're more Jewish than we are.
No,
You know
that's the
that?
truth.
That's a fact.
honestly, honestly, what?
Sugar, please.
That's the truth. Honestly, you do
He was
know
the
more.
best.
That
This was
is-
great.
That was unbelievable. I
Anyway,
can't even concentrate after that.
Well, I'll
So
tell you,
the-
I learned this from TikTok. Actually,
What's
because
that?
all my
All your Yiddishisms?
all my Yiddishisms and my Yiddish words. There's this young girl who sits with her great grandmother and asks her all of these Yiddish terms and words and things, and this little old lady just goes into like, oh,
Yeah.
this is what you say for this.
You know,
This is
my
what
grandma
say for
only
this.
spoke Yiddish. My dad, that's his first language.
Really?
Yeah, I know a lot, but I just
What's your favorite Yiddish word?
it's not actually not. I mean, I like a lot of Yiddish concepts. Like I don't have a favorite word. I don't think. I'm trying to think if I have a favorite concept in mind.
I think you have a new favorite concept
I
in
do.
mind.
Shmundi.
He's gonna be using the
Go
shmundi.
home
That's
and
not
Angela,
That's
that's
great.
not new.
I would like to visit your shmundi
That's
with
incredible.
my schmecker.
I like the word shiker. It's like a drunk person, a shiker.
Is this what you learn when you convert? I mean, how did you?
No,
you
it's
know
not.
more than I do. Seriously.
So I actually, because I'm a very good student,
Okay.
they often tell me that actually it's something that our rabbis have talked about, that when people choose to convert, they're often better Jewish people than
Right.
Jews,
No, because
you're choosing to be.
Because the whole thing about it, you know, Judaism does not want people to convert. You really have, you know, you can't just convert because your husband is Jewish or
Correct.
whatever
Sure.
ulterior motives you want to be. You really
Need to commit.
want to become Jewish, and we don't take this lightly. I mean,
So
that's
in
not,
the Torah-
process is
Do you feel it's because of the religion, or
Ruth is-
because of the cultural?
No, it's a religion. It's you know, we're like I said, we're an exclusive club. We don't proselytize. We don't want more members.
Right. We're not out there recruiting.
No.
Well, no, and because of all the persecution throughout the
Exactly.
years, right? It's in the eyes of the synagogue or the teachings, right? It's a burden, and so, just like it said in the Torah, right? You have to approach and you have to ask to convert at least 3 times, and they're going to tell you no, and they're
Right.
going to tell you no, and then if you keep asking, and then you start demonstrating and living the Jewish life, that's when then you can take the Judaism classes, and you can do.
When did that happen for you?
Probably a year ago, and it wasn't anything. Mike never.
Your husband is Jewish?
My fiance.
Okay, your
is
fiance is
Jewish.
Jewish. Is this a congratulations right now?
Thank you.
No idea. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Thank you.
Mazel
Thank
tov.
you.
It's amazing.
So he never said anything to me about convert. Like he's like, I don't care. It's not important to me. But my culture, my community, all these things are important to me. And I think just starting to build and live a life with him,
Yeah.
and going to temple and accompanying him, Judaism was something I was just called to from a philosophy perspective, from community, from lifestyle, and everyone was so welcoming to me.
Right.
And I think growing up Christian, we always had preconceived notions about Judaism and what it was. And it's really not like that. It's just this beautiful philosophical lifestyle. And it just made sense to me. And I'm just called. Like there's no reason, there's no
That's great.
pressure, there's no.
I love it. We have the same thing with my son this year, who is of bar mitzvah age, and I did not talk about bar mitzvah with him at all. I was cool either way, whether he wanted to do it. I didn't even tell him that he had a choice or not had a choice.
Right.
It wasn't a topic of conversation. And he came up to me one day and he said, "Hey, what's up with my bar mitzvah?" I said, "What's up with it?" And he said, "I want to be bar mitzvah." I said,
Why?
"Why? You're not doing this for me, I hope,
Sure.
because that doesn't count." He said, "No, I'm doing it for me." So he had a lot of, we kind of talked about it, and he said, he just wants to explore his identity and his roots, and he figured that, it's kind of going to be a momentous thing, an event for him that, he can look back to and says, I've done it, even if he's not going to be devout, even if he's not going to be, serious about it. At least he's done it, and he can look back and says, I went through. So he's taking religious classes, he's taking bar mitzvah classes, and the funniest thing is that now he's taking a shower, every morning, and I can hear him practicing while he's taking a shower. His brachos.
Is the practicing new or showering every day now? Which part?
No, they're practicing.
Yeah.
He showers twice a day. This kid.
You gotta stay clean.
No, he's like so like. Anyway,
Good
so
for him.
here's the funny thing about the Hanukkah thing. This is about Hanukkah after all.
Yep.
And what we're doing is we're trying to celebrate Jewish life in St. Louis and highlight individuals that have a following, that are members of the community, people that actually live here. There's a lot of Jews from St. Louis who live elsewhere. They're important, they're famous, but we want people that are here doing the work from different facets of life.
And
business.
contributing to the
Yeah,
community.
exactly.
And I think showing that Jewish people are among us as we are,
Yeah.
no matter what profession it is, whether you're a lawyer, maybe you own the greatest ice cream shop that there is, maybe you
Yeah.
own a deli.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Everybody's got a different background, but we're everywhere.
Yeah.
We're normal
Sports,
people.
entertainment, the whole 9 yards. Now you cut right into me, and I lost my train of
I'm
thought.
sorry.
There's always
This
edits.
happens.
You can always
They'll
edit.
go back. They can
Huh?
go back.
You can always
and
edit it.
They can go back.
No,
and
we're not
finish their
editing.
thought.
We're not editing anything.
No?
It's,
Okay.
It's, no,
Okay, we're just
not.
we're just gonna go.
It's already too long.
It's already too long.
This is a
Yeah,
podcast.
Yeah.
Maybe it's going to develop into a podcast.
I was saying, I cut you off, and I was saying, Jewish people are normal people among everybody.
No, we're not
in
normal.
St. Louis.
Forget about it.
Well,
It's the
not
last
normal,
thing we are is
I
normal.
guess, you know,
We're extraordinary.
We're extraordinary. We're unique.
unique.
Unique. Yeah, very unique. Do you know Neil deGrasse, the famous scientist?
Oh yes.
Yeah, he says something about being Jewish. Jews in the world make up less than 0.5% of world population.
Uh-huh.
They make over 25%, maybe even it's more. I think it's like 40% of all Nobel Prize winners.
That's
An interesting
amazing.
stat.
That's pretty fucking unbelievable. If I had to. So, on a lesser deep note,
On a lesser
You were deep.
contributive level.
I was gonna hear
we
you
have
out.
we have an argument.
Okay.
My buddy here, Alex, spells Hanukkah with CH.
I was gonna ask the same thing. Yeah.
I spell Hanukkah with H. I put H at the end of it. I put 2 Ks. Like there's so many different ways of spelling Hanukkah, Chanukah, Hanukkah.
Mm-hmm.
When you write your Hanukkah cards, how do you put it?
HA. With
Two N's,
no
two
H,
N's.
no H at the end.
No H at the
Not
end.
H at the end.
Well, yes, of course H at the end, not the extra. The HANNUK.
You do
A.
2 N's though.
2 N's, yes.
Two
Two
N's.
Two N's.
K-A-H.
H. Yes.
Okay, so she's with me.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. If we're on the topic of Hanukkah, how spelling Hanukkah, of Jewish foods in general, if there's one on the top of the list and bottom of the list.
Can I just tell something before she answers? Clementine has an unbelievable.
Challah
Well,
flavor?
no, just let me finish my thoughts. You keep cutting into me.
It's like the Jewish
No.
goodbye. It never happens.
It never.
Yeah.
I don't want it to end.
She every year she comes up with different Hanukkah flavor for ice cream specials.
Mhm.
And a couple of years ago, when we just opened the deli, she did a latke ice cream. And what she does, it's not like latke flavoring. No, we make latke. You chop it up, you mix it in with the ice cream. It was some of the best, coolest,
It was really
most
good.
interesting ice cream you've ever had.
I had a flavor of clementines maybe last year, 2 years ago. It kind of had a liquor, but it was it a challah bread?
Challah with bread pudding.
Challah bread pudding.
Yeah.
And it was delicious.
It was a boozy one.
You do a different one every year for
I do.
Hanukkah?
What are you
I
doing
did.
this year?
This year, I'm doing the black and white cookie,
Okay.
and then I'm doing mehencha.
Do you know what mehencha is?
I've never heard it.
I never heard it either.
What is
So
it?
She's
I had
teaching
to-
us something.
Help.
I'm telling you.
I thought you knew everything, and I was just here to learn. What is it?
No, I had to educate my friend here. So mehencha, it's a Jewish dessert.
Okay.
It's similar to a
From where?
It's from the Middle East
Is
somewhere.
it Middle Eastern? No, it sounds like Eastern European.
Hencha?
Mehencha.
Mehencha.
Do
Mehencha.
you do the
No, I don't think you need the chas.
I don't think you need the cha. Mehencha.
mehencha.
Mehencha. But it's served in a spiral. It's made with phyllo dough and pistachio. It reminds me sort of a baklava.
Oh, so
Sorta.
it might be from Thessaloniki. It might be from like Sephardic Jews from like Greece and Turkey.
Maybe.
Okay.
But it's delicious. So we're doing a mehencha.
So you're actually baking the thing.
Yep.
And then you're crumbling it up and folding into vanilla ice cream?
Into a sweet cream base.
A sweet cream based ice cream.
Yeah.
Where
So
in-
we're frying the mehencha. We're doing it. Then we're mixing it into the
Yeah,
base,
just
and then we put
take a
chunks
picture
of
of
it in.
that thing so people understand that, you know, bagels come here every day from New York,
Right.
right? That's what happened. I'm serious. Take a picture of it.
Coming in
From New York.
straight off the plane.
Yeah, every day.
It's impressive. That's impressive.
I think people think you were making them.
No, I'm very adamant about
You
the
know,
fact that
you
I'm not
are
a bagel.
someone that's tough to take, not serious, but you're being like you're genuine. I think is what I'm saying.
Blunt.
You're blunt, but you're genuinely blunt because it's almost like
Mehencha. From where? Romanian food.
you're genuinely saying it.
Yeah.
You mean it, but it's got
Romanian.
some humor to it.
Romanian
Mm-hmm.
food.
But it's delicious.
Looks
It's
great.
amazing.
I'll have
Yeah,
to try it
it's-
out.
My mom makes stuff like that. Always. There's always stuff like that. No, people don't.
Romanian Jewish
When I
grandmas.
opened this place, I was very adamant about the fact that we're not a bagel shop. We're a Jewish deli, comprehensive experience of Jewish deli, and that we're going to get bagels from elsewhere and from New York. I wanted a true New York bagel. I didn't want to make the bagel. We make Jerusalem bagels, we make pita bread, we make everything else, but we don't make the bagels. Others make
Do
the
what
bagels.
you do and do better than anyone else. And if they can do the better bagel, then let them do it.
Thank you.
I agree.
Thank you.
I agree. I think.
Anyway, are you going to come to our party on the
Yeah,
29th?
of course I'm going to be there.
we're
it's a
gonna have a little
brunch.
brunch.
Yep.
Pickle martinis.
Yep.
We've been playing around because we have all this pickle juice from all the pickles that we make.
We said caper martini as well, didn't we?
No, what caper?
Caper, oh. You've never tried a caper martini? You put the juice from the capers.
No,
It's the same
Hold on a second.
concept.
It's a Jewish deli. We don't have no capers.
Capers, don't we do capers on the locks?
Yeah, maybe. They
You
got a
can't do
point there.
capers alone?
You do capers.
Yeah,
You do capers?
of course.
Yeah.
And like big capers, not
Yeah,
like the
but I
dinky
like the
little
pickle
capers.
juice.
As a matter of fact, I bought a giant industrial size thing of capers from here not too long ago. I'm not kidding.
You don't know that you sell capers?
And we were out of olive juice at the house, so we used capers to make the martini.
That's
and,
great.
And born was the caper martini. We assumed
Capertini.
Capertini. What do you
Why
think?
not?
The picotini is so good. You do half sour juice, the juice from half sour pickles,
Mm-hmm.
and you mix it with vodka, chilled ice cold vodka.
And it's delicious.
Let me just tell you, it's got the
Good grief.
glowing yellow color. Like it's unfucking real. It's good.
Love it.
And you
Try
won't
it.
get hung over either.
And then we're also gonna do our little souvenir, tiny little souvenir filled with cream, filled with Nutella, filled with jelly.
Ooh, delicious.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
For that brunch.
It's a Hanukkah tradition.
Yeah.
What, to make it a little bit more Hanukkah, what Jewish traditions or things, like now that you're fully celebrating, now engaged and going to be celebrating with others, is a tradition for Hanukkah that you'd like to make a tradition or carry on? Because you weren't raised Jewish.
No, I mean, we're definitely lighting the candle we're definitely following that tradition. But I think part of the beauty is in a new relationship and coming together, and we're doing things for the first time that he's never even really done for a long time.
Yes.
I like that.
Right? So it's about finding what traditions we want to do together.
Yeah.
And what speaks to me.
I love
Right?
it.
And
So
what I can do.
let's conclude, because on a serious note,
And
We got a lot.
I got the book that you have here, the 100 Most Jewish Foods.
yeah.
And so,
With John Nathan?
yeah.
She's my buddy, yeah.
Yeah, it's a really
So
great
she
book.
was just here,
Yeah.
and we got, she came to the house, and it was wonderful. I got to interview her and everything. But on a serious note, you know that Hanukkah is the best Jewish analogy to relationship.
Okay.
How is that?
Because the story is, of course, that the oil in the temple there was so little of it left.
It should have only lasted one day, but it lasted
Should have-
8.
Exactly. And so the sages in the Talmud talk about that oil, that concentrate, that thing. If you have faith, if you have love, if you have all those positive things, if you have virtue, even if you have a little bit of it, you can squeeze it as far and stretch it as far as you can. So they say about relationship, if you have a little bit of that juice left, make it, stretch it. You know?
And it can carry you.
And it can carry you.
Yeah.
So,
And who deserves that not more than your
Us.
spouse?
We do.
Right?
We all do.
Yeah,
Through love and holiday and celebration.
that's right. With
Anyway,
each
this
other.
was great. You're awesome. I knew she was
It'll
great.
be cut up into some good stuff. Thank you very much.
18 minutes.
You're welcome.
That's fine.
Podcast. Yeah,
That's
we'll cut it to
podcast.
60 seconds.
Oh, but the first part is going to
We
be the
could do-
best.
Oh, that first clip is
Few
the
of
first
them.
clip. That first
okay.
clip of that guy is going to be the first clip,
I
and then
love
it's
it.
going to go into the interview.
Yeah, that
it'll be like rewind.
Yo, that was hilarious.
What did
that
he
was
say back?
hilarious.
I don't know. He
I'd
I
like
think
to-
he said
I'd
I'd
like
like
to
that.
stick my stunk in your
Oh,
smoothie.
yeah.
He did, didn't he? That was unbelievable. That was unbelievable. We did not pay that guy to sit there.
That was awesome.
And then he just got up and
At first I thought he was offended because he turns around and then he goes,
he goes, yeah, I'll stick my stunk in your
He did.
smoothie.
That was unbelievable.